You know how sometimes you stumble across a YouTube channel that just seems to blow up overnight? We're talking hundreds of thousands of subs, and you never even see the creator's face. Well, there's this huge new trend going on, especially in the fitness world, and today we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how they do it. Turns out, the rise of some seriously powerful and accessible AI has unlocked a whole new playbook for making content. So, let's get right into it.
Just look at this number for a second, 220,000. That isn't some lifetime goal, you know? That's the actual subscriber count for a channel called Captain Workout. And this channel, it's the perfect poster child for this whole new wave.
And here's the part that's going to blow your mind. They got all that growth from just 7 long videos. That's it. The rest of their stuff, it's all just shorts clipped from those original 7. I mean, that's just an insane rate of growth.
But Captain Workout isn't just some one-off success story. Nope, they're actually following a blueprint laid out by another channel, Yellow Dude, who's sitting at over 1 million subscribers. These faceless, AI-powered channels, they're not just a side hustle. They are quickly turning into full-on media empires.
So it really makes you wonder, right? How in the world is this possible? How are these creators building these huge audiences and, frankly, entire brands, all while staying completely anonymous? Well, today, we're going to break down the exact blueprint they use, step by step. What we're witnessing here, it's not just a little trend. It's a full-blown gold rush. And in this new era of content, the secret isn't always about creating something brand new from scratch. It's about finding a formula that already works and then putting your own unique spin on it. Everybody is kind of copying everybody else, but just better.
And that's really the entire strategy in a nutshell. You find a channel that's already crushing it in your niche, you figure out their formula, and then you just create your own version of it. You're not reinventing the wheel, you're just building a better car on top of it.
All right, so where do we even begin? Well, the most important piece of this whole puzzle is your avatar, the digital star of your show, right? This is what literally gives your faceless channel a face. Let's get into how it's done.
The whole thing really breaks down into 4 pretty simple steps. First, you find a reference. Then, you isolate that character. Third, you customize it using AI. And finally, you generate a bunch of different poses to use in your videos. It's actually a surprisingly simple process that pretty much anyone can follow.
So step 1 is grabbing a reference character. And this is going to sound wild, but you literally just take a screenshot from a competitor's thumbnail or one of their videos. Then you use a free tool, Photopea is a great one, to just erase the background, leaving you with just the character. Save that as a clean PNG file and you're good to go.
And this slide right here shows you the power of just a few simple changes. The key is to not just be a cheap copy, right? You have to be different. So instead of their yellow, maybe you go with a cool, distinct purple. Instead of their logo, you slap your channel's first initial on there. And just like that, boom, you have a unique brand.
And this is where the AI magic really kicks in. You take that PNG file you made and upload it into an AI image generator, something like Gemini. Then you just tell it what to do. You type in a prompt like, "This is my competitor's character. Make my character purple," and ask it to add your own custom details. The AI just does all the heavy lifting for you. It's amazing.
Okay, so you've got your unique avatar. Now what? Well, now you got to build a professional-looking home for it. This whole part is about taking that one character and turning it into a complete, consistent brand identity for your channel.
You really need to nail 4 key things: your logo, your banner, your video thumbnails, and the thing that ties it all together, a consistent brand color code. Seriously, being consistent across all these things is what makes a channel feel legit and helps you build trust with your audience.
And this right here shows just how systematic it is. For the logo, you just put your character on a light shade of your brand color. For the banner, you get AI to generate your character doing different poses, push-ups, pull-ups, whatever, and put them on that same color background. That one color, that hex code, becomes the glue that holds your whole visual identity together.
All right, let's talk about the engine of this whole operation. The AI-powered system you use to actually make the videos. This is where you really start to leverage a bunch of different tools to create a super efficient content assembly line.
Just look at this workflow. It's an end-to-end process that's basically run entirely by AI. You use ChatGPT to come up with the idea and then write the script. You use a tool like ElevenLabs for a really professional-sounding voiceover. And then you jump back to Gemini to generate all the images you need for your scenes.
The big takeaway here is that you've got a specialized AI tool for each major step of making a video. Think of it like this. ChatGPT is your writer and your strategist, ElevenLabs is your voice actor, and Gemini is your artist and animator.
And you can get super specific with your instructions. You don't just ask ChatGPT for a script, you tell it the exact vibe you're going for. You can literally say, write me a script that sounds intense and powerful, like Captain Workout, or give me something more casual and friendly, like Yellow Dude. The AI will totally match that style for you.
And finally, let's look at how you actually bring these static AI-made images to life. The top channels, they're not using crazy complex animation. They're using really simple, repeatable editing tricks that honestly anyone can learn.
Here's a perfect example, the slide-in. It might sound technical, but trust me, it's so easy. In a video editor like CapCut, all you do is you set the character's final position where you want it to end up, then you go to the very first frame of the clip and just drag the character completely off the screen. That's it. The software automatically creates that smooth sliding motion. It's a dead simple trick that just looks so professional.
So let's wrap this all up. If you want the blueprint for success, it really just boils down to these 4 things. First, find a successful competitor to model your channel after. Second, create a unique avatar just by tweaking some colors and details. Third, build an AI-powered system for making your content. And maybe most importantly, be super strict about keeping your brand consistent.
And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. When pretty much anyone can generate professional-looking characters, scripts, and visuals with just a few clicks, what does it even mean to be a creator anymore? The tools have completely leveled the playing field, technically speaking. So, is the future of creativity just about having the best idea, the best strategy, or is it something else entirely? Makes you think, right?